Alrighty. Welcome back to my stream. No headphones today. I don't think I really need them because on my weird Linux system, the audio doesn't actually come through my headphones properly. It's using the laptop mic, which is fortunately pretty good. It's a Dell XPS 13 2020. And it's got, I think, a studio mics, which I'm not sure if that really means anything, but I sound pretty good, I think, based on what I've seen in past recordings of myself. But hopefully I sound pretty good. And it seems that construction is not nearly as bad as it was yesterday, so it should hopefully sound a lot less like an industrial concert in here, and more just like some nerd sitting at his computer and talking to YouTube. Because that's what this is. Also, you may enjoy my shirt here. I got this a while ago, but I have it's for Farmhand, another project of mine. There's the URL. You can actually buy this. Sorry for the squeaky chair. Oh, that's I don't know how to make that not squeaky. You can actually go. I actually have a store for this. I'm gonna advertise myself. Why not? It's YouTube. That's what it's for. If you go to farmhand.life, which is the game. I recently added a link for the official Zazzle page, which you can buy this shirt. So if you like Farmhand or just want to support me, buy a shirt. It's great. Or you can get a trivet. You can get a bag. You can get a mug. Maybe some other exciting merchandise. Help support me. Currently between jobs because a lot of people have been laid off. So I'm trying to find other ways to get by because we live in a capitalist hellscape and everyone's out of work. So you gotta do what you can to get by. Gotta hustle. But if you want this shirt, this shirt is there. It's up there, you can buy it. So, this fellow looks a lot better than me. He wears it well, but I think that I will wear enough, but you can be as cool as this fellow for just $25.50, and it supports me, so I'd appreciate it if you want to do that. I'm going to stop advertising and get actually to the point of what this whole video is about, which is not actually Farmhand today. It's getting back on what we were talking about yesterday, which is this feature. I'm going to refresh this. Right, oh boy, where'd it go? Okay. So we are building peer verification for a decentralized chat app, which is hard to do because it's decentralized. I think this is a good strategy. I actually did some research earlier today to see if this is actually going to work. And here's the result of that research. It's yet another thing I asked ChatGPT because it's just way faster than me trying to figure it out from scratch. That's what ChatGPT is great for. If you already know you can do something, you just don't want to spend the time to do it from scratch yourself, just have an AI do it. You'll save a lot of time. But essentially what this is doing is that it's generating a key pair, and we have two functions for encrypting a string and decrypting a string. Now here is the key thing here. So when you encrypt the string, makes it a bit larger for y'all, you encrypt it with the public key. And when you decrypt it with the private key. So that's pretty cool. And here is how this gets proven out. Basically, it takes a plain text string, it encrypts it with the public key, the encrypted data, and then takes that encrypted data and passes it to the decrypt string function with the private key. And lo and behold, it does the right thing. I've got actually up in a little test here. I'm gonna clear this out. This is that code, and then boom. So here's the original one, where it gets echoed out here, and then here's the decrypted text, which is the same. So what this does is that it proves that this overall strategy here that I've had should work. We just have to bake it into Chitchatter. So that's good. I wasn't actually sure it was going to work because my understanding of public and private key encryption is limited. But there's no better way to learn something than by doing something hands-on with it, which is what this whole exercise is. And the benefit of this exercise being open source software is that everybody gets the benefit. It's a free piece of software that anybody can use called Chitchatter, which is this. This is Chitchatter running locally, but you can go to it at just Chitchatter IM, and you can quickly and safely and anonymously connect with anybody you want. But what we're doing today is building in peer verification, so people, you know who people are, who they say that they are. Okay. When we last left off yesterday, I ran into a problem. Let's clean up this mess that I've created for myself here. Make a session. Okay. Get rid of this. Don't need this. You can see I've littered this code with fix-me's because that's how I remind myself to do things. For syskeys, yeah. So this is basically a bug. There's a couple of bugs I'll have to address here, but the problem is that now the public and private keys are stored along with the user settings, because that's what gets stored in IndexedDB, so the data that persists across sessions. But the problem is that a crypto key isn't getting serialized, and we can see that. You know, I'm actually just going to make my life easier here. Whoops. No, not this. Make this easier. I'm just going to delete all the settings. Nuke and pave. I'm now concerned turn. Cool. If we look at my IndexedDB, we can see in my Chitchatter database, let's be larger, for anybody watching, value key pairs. Nope. There we go. This. So this is the problem that we have, is that this public key and private key, which in the actual code are crypto keys, which is a constructor, just a host object, I believe is the proper term. But they just become empty objects when it gets serialized into IndexedDB. So I need some way of serializing that into the IndexedDB and then serializing it back out. Everything else we get that for free because they're just basic primitive types, but we don't have that with the crypto keys. And we can see that crypto key is a host object here. So that's fun. Okay, so the first thing I want to see is we're using local forage, which is a great library for abstracting away local storage. Like, it'll use the best one available, kind of by default. In Chitchatter's case, that uses IndexedDB, and I want to see if there's any sort of like serialization functionality, because that would be great. Oh, I'm not talking to you, Siri. Be quiet. Siri just turned on. When I say serialize, it activates Siri, which is not helpful. And what else we got? Is there custom serialization? Maybe not. Let's go to the docs. Because if not, we will have to figure out something else. Set item, successful callback value. All right. So none of these none of these are going to work. That's annoying. Well, all right. Then we'll have to build our own serialization essentially. Okay, so this is where we need to serialize the settings. So const serialized new user settings. For now, this is just going to be new user settings. This doesn't actually do anything. The idea is just to set up a space for us to add our custom stuff. I wonder, do I have a settings service? Maybe. Hang on. I'm trying to figure out where I want to inject this functionality. I don't want to just like ram in the middle of a component like this. That seems a little bit not ideal. Let's see what services I have. Audio, connection test, encryption, file transfer, notification, peer room. Okay, so I'll have to build, I'm thinking that I want to have a new serialization service. Yeah, it's a little bit broad, but let's do that because it is kind of business logic. Let's do that. Serialization. Index.ts. Oops. Edit new file. Nope. Edit new file here. Serialization.ts. Again, I forget what okay, that's good. So let's go over here. Export star from serialization. Okay, go here. Oh. Alright, now export class serialization service. Okay, so this is going to have a static, just the camera a little bit, user settings, to, what do I want to call it, for local forage, for index DB. It's kind of a weird, I'm not sure, naming things is hard. So this is going to accept a user settings, which is a user settings object. Good. And it's going to return let's try this. Export interface user settings for IndexedDB. IndexedDB. And this is going to extend user settings, but it's going to omit some things. It's going to be public key, I think. That seems not. Hang on a second. This should be auto-completed. Why is this auto-completing? GT. Interesting. Okay. Public key and private key. The fact this is not auto-completing correctly tells me that I have this set up wrong. So we're going to, for now, just user settings for IndexedDB. That's fine. And private key is going to be, now what did local forage support? So we could have a string, that'd be fine. Do we want to have an array buffer? Let's see. How can I convert? I know I've asked ChatGPT this. How can I convert it basically from a string? Generate and verify. Let's go through the different ChatGPT snippets that I've come up with. Crypto size. It'd probably be easiest just to, just for readability's sake, turn it into a string, although I'm wondering if that would be the most practical thing here. Encrypted message. Decrypted message. Private key. So, I think the simplest thing is to go with the string. You can maybe iterate on this later. This seems like something worth iterating on. String. Public key string. Okay, that is all good. Const public key, private key, rest rest. User settings. Okay. Now this. What's in here now? You should tell me. Okay, that's what I expect. That's good. And then what we can do is user settings rest. Okay, this little public key, just call it blank string for now, and private key. The type should work here. Okay, that's good. Obviously this isn't doing anything meaningful, it's just serializing this to a string. Let's use this for now. Let's put a little fix me here. Yeah. Fix me, use the actual strings, actual values. So don't forget, like a little Vim plugin that shows me, that highlights certain comment types. So like fix me is red, I think to do is blue, and note is like gray or something like that. It's really helpful for keeping me on track with stuff and not having to keep stuff in my head too much. I'm all about not having to keep things in my head because that is something that I'm very bad at. But I have a lot of really powerful tools that make it not a problem. Thank you, Vim. That's the beauty of code. It lets us do things that our brains cannot. Okay, so what we can do here is close this. Serialization service dot new user settings, and we should be okay. In theory, like this isn't the complete solution here. This is an annoying little thing with my tools. Okay. In theory, nope. I want to go to settings, delete. The right one? Yep. Okay. Confirm. Good. Great. So we should have, in theory, go back to our storage, go to our IndexedDB. We should hopefully see empty strings for public and private key. And we do. That's great. Cool. Okay, so now what we need to do is convert these crypto key objects into strings. And I have that somewhere. I've started on that somewhere. Let's go back to the encryption. Great. Key pair, convert crypto keys. Oh, I already had that. Cool. So what I can do then is go back to serialization. Serialization service dot. No, why didn't that take? Hang on. Try that again. Serialization. No, I'm in serialization service. Encryption service dot crypto key to string. And that will be the public key. And likewise, doesn't like something here. What doesn't like here? It wanted 2. What does it want? Oh, right. So, public key type, because you can't tell from the key itself. That makes sense. Export enum allowed key type. Allowed key type dot public. Okay. Now what doesn't it like? Ah. Oh, right. Oh, shoot. So I need. Well, that's annoying. That's very annoying. I think theoretically, hang on a second, I want to try one thing. I don't like this, I just want to see if it'll work. No, I didn't like it. I didn't think so. Why is this complaining though? Oh, right. So this has to be async. Hang on. Ugh, that's silly. Is this being used anywhere? place I'm using it right now. Okay, I can simplify this. This is copy-pasted ChatGPT code anyways, so this is fine. That is not quite what we want. We're going to iterate on this a little bit. First off, let's take care of a few housekeeping items. Equals async. Returns a promise. Okay, now what do you, okay, now that's, now what do you want? Oh, because you have to await it, right? Okay, cool. And then we change this down here to be, this is going to be a promise, and we have to await this. This should be, oh, I hope it, hold on, because this isn't async. Wait, and this will break because this is not async. Now it is, but I'm not sure how this is getting used elsewhere, so let's see. Oh, cool. I think it should be okay. Huh, I'm surprised that that's being awaited. Hang on a second. User settings. I feel like I didn't get that right. Hang on. User settings. Huh. Usually this would. Wow. Okay, so it's like a promise and a promise and a promise. Hold up. Because this is a promise. This might break things. Oh goodness, this is where TypeScript gets really hard to sort of reason about, because at least how it shows in Vim, it's probably similar in VS Code. It's hard to like read these types. Hey Linus, my cat's being very cute. What's this doing? So that's returning. So the set item is returning a promise. It's a generic type for a promise. Okay. Wild. This is so hard to freaking read. Well, so currently this should be okay. I think that I can keep going with this. Trying to asyncify this function. I'm not sure why it left it this way, but let's give it a shot. So I think if we do this, then yep, that is the user settings for IndexedDB. That should be fine. And then this returns a promise, right? Yes, it does. Cool. I think we should be okay. I think we should. So we can do a quick test of this. It might just break completely. Or it'll totally work. How awesome is that? Look at that. It worked. I think if we just refresh, it should still work. And it does. That's amazing. That's very exciting. Public private key we haven't done anything with, so that's fine. Let's make this better now. Let's make this a little bit less ridiculous. I don't like any of this stuff. So this is only being used in the serialization service, so that's fine. So what we can do is crypto key, and we don't need any of this stuff. We can just do the key. So such a weird way that ChatGPT's had it set up. Crypto key. Okay, and that should be fine. We still need to have this public and private type, so that's fine. I don't think we need this anymore. We're working on it. And okay. I don't need this anymore. Good. Let's see my sessions. This is gonna be the public key. Cool. And this will be the private key. This is private. Cool. I don't necessarily love having these await inside of the object. It'll work fine, realistically. But yeah, you know what? Let's do this. Raw public key. Raw private key. Actually, no, I wanted to change that again. Public crypto key. There we go, that's a better name. Crypto key. And then we can just refactor this. Public key. And move to enclosing scope, private key, and then get rid of this. Nice. I think we should just about have it there. Ooh, there we go. Come on, Vim. Thank you. Want to get rid of this. And we should be off to the races. I have to fix this bug where it doesn't, because if you refresh, it won't update the stored data, which is annoying. Right, because the private key is still empty. But I wonder if, let's see if maybe we can fix this bug right now. So I know this is a functional solution, so what I'm going to do before I trash all of my progress, I'm going to stash it, right, and then that's good. Then I'm going to refresh this, and we should still see that this data is here. Good. I think that would happen in the bootstrap. So we've stashed that change. What? Stupid. Firefox has this really annoying bug on Linux. I think it's like a GTK issue or something, where like if you're hovering over something that's showing a GTK tooltip and you switch the windows, sometimes the tooltip stays across apps, which is tremendously annoying. This kills me with Thunderbird because it is also using GTK, I think. But Linux guy problems. What can I tell you? Also, hello viewer. Thank you for joining me. It's nice to see someone join me, so I'm not just yelling into a void. Okay, let's go to the bootstrap real quick. Actually, you know what? Let's get that as a follow-up. Oh, goodness, because otherwise I'm going to overcomplicate things. I do want to fix that bug, but let's take this one step at a time. Theoretically, this should be fine. Let's take a look. This was in our index DB. Chitchatter key value pairs, and I think that's right. It says, I'm looking down here, and these look like they end with different things. So that is very exciting. So if we do this, Yep, that's our private key. Magic. And that's not a meaningful private key. If you want to steal it, I don't really care. It just is generated client side and it's not being used for anything. So hack me if you will. Please don't actually hack me, but that key wouldn't do you any good because it's all generated inside the app. Okay, so I saw that I had broken some tests. Let's take a look at what that is. And my computer is going to melt into the core of the Earth. Oh, look at this poor thing. Firefox, what is going on here? Why is Firefox taking 4 gigs? That is crazy town. Is that because of the dev tools? Look at this. This is crazy. What on earth would Firefox be taking 4 gigs for? Hang on a second. This is ridiculous. This happened yesterday. So, I don't know. Yesterday, like, some extension was taking 6 gigs of RAM, and I do not know what it is. Like, it won't. I can't tell. Can I kill it? I can't kill it. Because that's. What does this do? I don't know what this does. Is it because of React DevTools? Extensions? Honestly, like this is baffling to me. Maybe that's okay. No, it's not. I'm gonna just restart my browser. You know, that'll make things run better. Okay, and we should see memory drop in a second. There it goes. Yeah. Okay. So went down a good amount there. That's great. I love Firefox, but it sometimes has memory leaks. They can be addressed by just restarting stuff. Nope. I wanted to full screen that guy. And we should be okay now. Okay. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was looking at my IndexedDB, Chitchatter key value pairs, and we should be okay. Oh yeah, we were gonna fix tests. Also, this is BTOP. It is it's like a better version of HTOP. I was a HTOP fan for years, and I still am, but this is better. This is a great process monitor, and it looks cool. Don't it look impressive just by having this up and having all the cool, fun rainbow things and terminal stuff and fade effects, and computers are cool. Command lines make you look like you really know what you're doing. I enjoy command line stuff. I am a Vim nerd. I am a Bash nerd. I like all of these things. Let's get back to work. Oh, goodness. Right, because window crypto is not defined in the node environment, which is very annoying. How do I deal with this? So it's the bootstrap tests that are mad at me. I think I can stub it. Yeah, I can stub it. I could use a dependency injection approach, or I could use just mocking. I'm gonna go with dependency injection. Do I want to go with dependency injection? Hang on a second. Serialization. So I shouldn't even really get here. So it's failing. Oh my god, my test run's so slow. I need a new computer. This is physically painful. It's so slow. This is like when I'm running a stream anyways. Like, I don't know if you can hear, but like my fans are going. Like, this is a nice computer, but it's a thin inlay and it just cannot handle sustained load like I'm doing with running tests in the stream and in the whole dev system. It's pretty rough, but anyways, I think what I want to do is mock this out. Which gets here. So what we can do is go to Bootstrap props, go to serialization service, type of serialization service, and then we can do this. Will go to here, serialization service as serialization service, and that should be fine. What? Oh, right, because it needs to be. Hang on a second. I'm actually going to change how I was doing this. Good. And then this should be fine. Okay. And then in the tests, which will be boot test. Is this still running? My goodness. I actually have to see what tests are failing now. While we're waiting for tests to run, how's your day going so far? Anybody who's watching. I hope it's a good, pleasant, productive day. It's kind of chilly here in Chicago, and I am just loving waiting for my test to run. It takes 2 minutes to run like a basic test. This is crazy. I think this is actually straight up broken. I'm just gonna quit out of it. This is not correct. In fact, I'm just going to target the Bootstrap tests. This shouldn't be running this low. I do not understand. Like, I think my system is just taxed completely. Like, what would cause that to happen? It's not using all of the CPU. Like, it's got RAM to spare. It's got some CPU overhead. I think it's just like hot. I think it's just like throttling it. That's the only explanation for why I'd be running these tests so slow, is that my computer is just running at maximum thermal limits and it's just throttling it. I don't know what else it would be. This is why I need a new computer. If you want to help me get a new computer, sponsor me on GitHub. It's in the video description, but I do have a GitHub sponsorship set up so that we don't have to wait for these things, because this is terrible. Send me money. Help me buy a laptop so that we can run tests faster, because this is a sad way to spend a stream. I mean, I could use my Mac. It'll probably go faster. It wouldn't get as hot anyways, but then I'd be using a Mac, and I am a Linux stan. So I'm not going to do that because I love Linux. It makes me happy, even if the hardware is comparatively slow. Like I said, I like my Dell XPS 13. It's just not as fast as Apple's hardware. We're getting there. We're almost there. I'm trying to fill space for the test to run so I know which ones are failing. This is just the worst thing. Physically painful. It's physically painful. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. Wow. Okay, it's all failing. I don't know why it's still doing this. Okay, so 3 failed. All right. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter, because we're just gonna fix all the tests. So what we're going to do is, I want to const mock encryption service encryption service equals encryption service, import that. No, I wanted serialization service. Const mock serialization service. Serialization service. Okay, good. Fix the import because it imports the wrong thing by default, which is very annoying. Okay, cool. So I think what we can do is, this is really lazy, but we can do, what would this be called? User settings for IndexedDB? Nope. Settings for get user settings for IndexedDB. Was that right? I'm gonna rename that. That's silly. Get user settings for IndexedDB. Good. Get user settings for IndexedDB, which is going to be return just a user settings stub. Actually, that's going to get a user settings. User settings. Whoa. Nope. Hang on. Settings, which is a user settings. And it's going to just return a user settings for IndexedDB. Right. So this is basically like a very basic reimplementation of the actual function, just without the actual stuff in it. I think that's gonna have to be a sync. Yes, it is. Getting a little messy, bear with me. Async, async, okay. And then this, oh, I didn't import. Did it? Oh, right, because it's not returning anything yet. What we can do is basically just this. Oop. Turn, typing is hard. Good. And then public key, empty, private key, empty. And then theoretically, promise result, or oh. Did I, right, promise. Nope, typing's hard. Not, wow, okay, promise. I promise I can code. Promise for a promise, right. Bootstrap. Is this used here at all, elsewhere? Okay, just here, good. So this is going to be a serialization service, which is going to be our mock serialization service. I think that should, no, what does not like? Huh. Is not assembled a type of serialization. Really? Are you sure? Type. So that's interesting. I think I just have to change how this is getting constructed up here. How do I want to do this? What if I just did this? Nope, still didn't like that. Oh, because it's... Oh, right. Let's try this. Class extends... Can I do a mock? I don't know if this is actually valid syntax. Serialization service. Okay, class. No, that is totally invalid syntax. Just call it, I don't know, mock. Serialization service. This should theoretically work. Maybe not. Is that because this? Okay. That is one way to do it. Can I not have an anonymous class? I mean, I think it's fair if I can't. I can! Look at that! That's cool. I didn't know you could do that. You can have an anonymous class in TypeScript, or JavaScript, or at least TypeScript. That's neat. But let's see if our tests pass. It'll take 20 minutes to run for some reason. Oh, hang on. I'm just gonna bail out. Just run the bootstrap tests. I don't know why this is so slow. While we're running that, let's take a look at what we have here. So basically, we've created a mock serialization service by extending the actual serialization service class, overriding the problematic function, with using stuff that we know exists in the test environment. So not an actual problem with the application code. This is a limitation of, I think it's JS DOM. It's gotta be what it is. Something still failed. Now what? I wonder, is this being... No, look, where is it getting used? Okay. Weird. I want to see if this is failing. It is just horrible that it's taking this long. There's just no explaining it. I kind of want to get just like, I don't know, a big fan and just like plop it right in front of my computer, but then you wouldn't be able to hear me. And also that'd be really annoying. I don't think it would actually help. Ooh, I have emails I need to respond to. That's fun. This is what I do when I'm waiting for tests to pass. Job search emails. I'm sorry this is so slow. This is not how I want to live my life. It's almost there. It's almost there. It can't take forever, can it? It is baffling why it takes this long. This only happens when I'm running a stream. I really think it's because of the thermal throttling. What? Still didn't like that, huh? It's still using the actual implementation, which it should not be doing. So, okay. Render bootstrap. Crypto key, but it shouldn't be doing that. So let's figure out why it's going into the actual... So let's take a look at the bootstrap. So here. Serialization service. Gets the serialization service here. Okay. This makes no sense. A little less down here, right? Yeah. Okay. It's like the mock isn't getting used at all. Extends. Oh, because it's static. Oh, goodness. I see what the problem is. that's terrible. Okay. Okay. I have an idea. This is in fact going to be an object again. This is going to be, hang on, serialization service. Wait, that's what we had before, right? Okay, forgetting the pattern that I used. Okay, I think I know where I'm going with this now. Okay. Export const serialization service. No, wait a second. This is, I don't want to get into the territory where I'm modifying my application code to suit my tests too much anyways. That gets a little gross. Like, these should be static. Like, these are stateless static methods. I think I was on the right track before. Let's copy paste this and give it another try. Let's try that again. Okay, and then this doesn't like it. I don't know if we necessarily care about this. Maybe I just do an as. I mean, I've done it before. I think it's okay for tests. It should be fine. Does it complain now? Let's try it again. Theoretically, if it passes, it should just work. I'd like to think. I think that should work though, because yeah, that's now just getting, okay. And now, okay, well, it went faster. That's way better. It failed in 13 seconds, but this is good actually. This is progress. Okay. So I think the reason it was taking so long before is because it's working through so many failures that it just like blocked, DDoS itself sort of. Okay, so now we have persist user settings if. Got it. Get rid of this. Cool. So what we can do is think this guy. Const mock public key. Mock serialized public key. Public key. Mock serialized private key. Private key. Mock serialized public key. Mock serialized private key. And then this should expect mock serialized public key and mock serialized private key. Oops. I actually should do it, I think. Do I have any new unused imports? I do. That's good. Cool. Theoretically, it should pass. I hope. Famous last words, right? Hey, look at that, it passed. I noticed that my linter is yelling at me over here for should be okay. And then this should still all be working. Let's nuke and pave. Nope. Wrong thing. And cool. That's working. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what we have so far. Cool. So let's go line by line here. We updated this thing to only accept crypto keys, which makes a lot more sense. Okay, the actual implementation for this thing is doing what we want. It is converting the crypto key to string for both the public and the private. Public, private. I hear a dog barking outside. I don't know what that's about. Then we return that. I mean, I'd like something a bit more frameworky for this, but for something that's simple, I think we're okay with just, having a single raw implementation of a serialization. Okay, barrel file. Updated the test. That's looking good. That's actually correct. That should have failed. And here's where we pull in the service. Use dependency injection. And change this thing to be async. I'm going to want to test that more later, but it should be okay. Then we await, get user settings for IndexedDB. User settings, okay. Serialize user settings. I want to change that actually. Bootstrap TSX. User settings for IndexedDB. Oop. Just name it after the constructor or the type. So that's what it is. Make sure test still pass. That seems better. Cool. What did I do? Oh yeah, fix. Encryption. What is the topic for this thing? Settings, user settings. Sure. Serialize crypto keys. 2 strings. We'll have to get them back out again too. In fact, before I do that, I want to add fix me deserialize strings keys. Deserialize keys when loading from indexed DB. Much better. Okay. The other thing I wanted to do is see if we can fix one of the bugs that I knew about. If my thing would not lock up on me, that is. It's gonna take a second. Persist user settings. I wanted to write. Okay, so persist user settings is null. I think I want to get rid of this guard. Right? I think we want to do that. That may, I mean, we will need to do that. It basically needs to always be updating what's in what is stored. But then again, no, yeah, that's right. This may break things. but I think that's the behavior that we want. Make sure that this committed. It did. That's good. Okay. Let's see if this breaks. It broke. Well, that's not what I expected at all. Argument 2 is not... Oh, right, because it's trying to... So this... We need to fix the... implement deserialization before we can fix this issue. Fix me. Remove this guard. Guard is one of those words I have a really hard time spelling. I always just get it wrong. So we'll need to deserialize it. So what we want to do is get user settings from IndexedDB, I think. From right, and this is going to return a promise of user setting. It's going to get user settings for IndexedDB, which is going to be a user settings for IndexedDB. And now I have to go the other way, basically. Like, again, it'd be nice if we had some sort of like framework to make this easier, but we don't have that available. So this is going to return a promise of user settings. It's basically the same things above, just the inverse. It's going to be this guy. Oops. Do that again. No, I had that right. Settings for IndexedDB REST. Okay. Oh, sure. Then what we want to do is return okay. This is obviously missing some things. My cat's being very cute right now. Hello, everybody who's watching, by the way. I'm Jeremy, and I am working at Chitchatter, working on public-private key encryption stuff so that decentralized peers can authenticate with each other reliably, provably. It's some bad science, if you ask me, but I'm pretty excited about it. Feel free to ask any questions in the chat. Okay, so what we need is... First let's, fix this error. Public key. Which should be an empty string, and the private key. That's obviously not something that we're going with here. We just want to get rid of these errors if we can. Oh, right, because they need to be actual crypto keys. Good. So let's go to our encryption. Convert key to string to key. I think if I didn't ask ChatGPT this already, I'm going to do it now. So let's go to our Lord and Savior ChatGPT, because I don't know how to do this. Crypto key pair, check and verify. What's this? Okay, did that the other day. The thing I want to know now is, I found an error in this, which is hilarious. So I asked ChatGPT, with the Web Crypto API, how can I generate a key value pair and then get the string representations of the public-private keys? And it had a bug. So I needed to, it said, it seems you're not actually exporting the private key in that example. And it's like, you're right, I'm sorry. And then it gave me the correct code, which I just think is hilarious. Okay, so let's add ChatGPT a new thing. I have a string representation. I have string representations of public private keys with the web crypto API. How can I convert these strings into crypto key objects? Yep. Okie dokie. Goodness. All right. Representation of public key. Is this right? Okay. That's probably right. Public key encode. SPKI. I just want to see what happens when I run this. I feel like this might error out. Induce scope so that I can rerun this thing easily. Otherwise, the consts yell at me. Run. Yeah. Because it's not okay. Because it needs an actual public key. In fact, I think I could do this. Hang on a second. Let's test this. I think we have the data to test this thing for realsies. Copy. I want this string. And then I can take it over here, plop it like this. I think this should work. No, I didn't like that. This is not a helpful error at all. It just said didn't work. I wonder if it's because of how the key was made and also the algorithm that I'm using. I think this stuff might be wrong. Because, again, I'm not an expert at this stuff at all. I think what we want is maybe this. Nope. Encrypt, decrypt. Possibly also to revisit these options. I forget what goes in here. Key usages, whether the key is extractable. Should be extractable. I can spend a bunch of time trying to debug ChatGPT's code, or I could just have it generate me a new thing. So let's do that. Okay. With the web crypto API, please show me how to generate a public private key pair, convert each key to strings, and then convert those strings back into crypto keys. Also, I always use please when I'm talking to ChatGPT, because when the robots finally come to take over, they're going to spare the ones who were the nicest to them. So, in about 7 months or whatever it is, when Skynet is totally real and we're all being killed, I'll be spared because I was nice to the robot. So be nice to ChatGPT. Is all I can say. Because the robots remember. Oh goodness, this is a lot. Okay, well let's see. Let's goodness, let's go. Let's see what's going on with this. I'm going to revisit a couple of things here. Wow. Well, first off, let's just run it to see what it does. I'll have to change some of my code, I think. Prettify. Still didn't like it. I think it has to do with the configuration of the keys themselves. So let's... I'm just... Wild idea, because again, I don't like spending my time trying to debug ChatGPT's code. I'm just gonna have it try again and see what happens. Might be a little pokey though, or it'll just stop. I know this is possible. Like it must be possible to convert a string from one from a crypto key object to a string and then back again. Like it makes sense that you would be able to do this. We need to convert them to strings so we can store them into IndexedDB. Otherwise, it all just dies. Oh my god, why is this so slow? Apparently ChatGPT is having a bad day too. A GPU died at OpenAI's data center. The slowness is killing me. I'm telling you. Because this didn't work. I lost the last one too, so I can't even refer to it. Maybe this is OpenAI's API's hint that I should be paying for ChatGPT Plus. Well, maybe once I get a job. This is so slow. This is painful. What's going on in the chat? Could we be saying anything? I can't tell because I'm using OBS and it doesn't. I'll show you what I see. Hang on a second. This is the stream. All I see is that I have 1 concurrent viewers, 4 views, and apparently there's a chat, but I don't see it. So, thank you for interacting. I wish I could see what you had to say. It's worked before. I don't know why it's not now. ChatGPT is having a headache, apparently. But we have a different name for the algorithm here, so this is progress. Pain. This is pain. There's one thing I cannot emotionally handle. It's a slow computer. Which is why I'm waiting on a new one. So you might be thinking, Jeremy, if you're out of a job, why are you buying fancy computers? Well, that's a fair question. And I put the order in for it way before I was laid off. And I could cancel it, of course. I bought one of those Framework 16s that are coming out soon. The way I buy computers is that I just buy my credit card points. That's all I use my credit card points for. So as soon as I get enough credit card points for a fancy new toy, I get one, and it's great. Basically I buy it out of pocket, and I reimburse myself from cashing out my credit card points. Oh, it died. Crap. What do I do with that? I can refresh. Well, it died, so let's try that again. Okay, now it's gone. See, it's doing this again. I don't know what this RSAP PKCS. What is that? Is that a thing? Yeah, it's a thing. I still don't think this is going to work. Let's see what it does. So slow. It's so slow. I don't know. I think that this has something to do with the algorithm it's using. So the code that I had before was use the RSA-OAEP algorithm. This is not working. This isn't true. Okay. What? Oh, goodness. It's still doing stuff. Now what's it doing? There's a new answer. Let's see what this does. I've never seen that UI before. That's a new one. And see what this does. Well, that was unexpected. Key pair is undefined. That's funny. Wow. Hang on. Key pair. Maybe I can fix this version of ChatGPT's code. Key pair. I can't. Okay, I can't control F in this thing. Goodness. Key pair. Set up to a key pair. What? Okay, let's try that again. I don't understand what's happening here. ChatGPT is letting me down. It's led me this far. I don't understand why this is not working. Neither answer is better. Really? Wait a second. Did I accidentally like hit a key? Hang on, it doesn't make any sense. It was just failing on me a second ago. Let's try this again. Okay. Pretty fine. Format it, run it. Does it do anything? Oh, well, because there's no actual code doing stuff. Oh, goodness, right, because it's just defining functions. It's not actually... Great. Key pair. I don't understand. It's really weird. Oh. Neither answer is better. Let's try another time. Let's try this again. Use the was it that I was using? Which algorithm? OEAP. Algorithm, if possible. Let's try that again. Okay. Let's see what it does this time. Welcome to Jeremy Uses ChatGPT and Fails. It's everyone's favorite game. I don't know why the page up and page down keys don't work in this little buffer that Firefox has. Also, I only recently started using this feature where you can like have a whole like edit area in your console. It's pretty cool. And it still doesn't do anything. I don't get it. What does it do in Chrome? Baffling. Absolutely baffling. I love this sort of error. It's just error. That's all it says. That's so unhelpful. Well, at least it gets somewhere, and like Firefox, it just dies, I guess. Let's just try a new tab. Maybe it's something got like cache poisoned or something. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now with the new tab, it appropriately fails. I am not sure what the issue here is. I wonder if I can use the debugger. No? Let me do it. Run. Nope, still doesn't like it. That is so unhelpful. So it's logging some stuff. The public key string. And just and the private key string. Okay. So it's getting these. Private key string. Okay. Returns these. And then import. So I think it's failing an import key. So I wonder if we can find the docs on import key. Is there an example? It'd be great if they gave, goodness, what's this? Oh, well, look at this. It's on GitHub, that's helpful. That's progress. Okay, so it looks like there is some prior art that can be used to divine this incantation that we need. And my brain is mad at me. I think I might need a break soon. Import key. Encrypt. Okay. Import key. Sign. Import key. Encrypt. Import key. Sign. What is the... Okay, so This page shows use of import key function. The Web Crypto API contains 4 separate examples, one for each import format supported. Each example has the same structure. You get a message, a button labeled import key. If you would click import key, the example imports a particular key. For raw, AES, I'm not sure which one's the best, honestly. Probably PKCS, that's one I see a lot. RSA private encryption key, subject private key info, and RSA private public encryption key. Private signing key. Okay. What is the source on this? Ooh. Examples. Okay, so I think what we can do is MDN / DOM examples. Oop. Crap. Oh. X should take me to GitHub. What was the other one? DOM examples of web crypto. There's a bunch. This is import key. Okay, so there's HTML for the thing we were just looking at. That's good. I think we want PKCS, I guess? I don't know. What's all this stuff do? Okay, so let's see. So we have a pen and code. See, again, like I want to see it. I just want ChatGPT to do this for me, honestly. Like, because I'm gonna just fiddle around trying to reinvent wheels. I don't necessarily want to get into the weeds with all this encryption shit because it's incredibly confusing and frankly just time consuming, and I don't want to spend any longer on this than I have to. Oh, my cat wants to get out. Hang on. I got you, buddy. Oh, that's very cute. And off you go. Surely, this can work. And again, I just want to get the damn robot. Thank you. I also have no clue what I'm doing, but I'm doing my best. So clearly this can work. It is a matter of reverse engineering the GitHub examples, which is going to be a frustrating and time-consuming endeavor, and I may have to do that. But because I don't like wasting my time any more than I have to, I kind of want to try the ChatGPT route again, give it another try. I think it's just a matter of giving it the right incantation and maybe having it do a few iterations of the solution. If that doesn't work, I'm going to call it a day because I'm really tired of dealing with this. I wonder if I can... let's try this. Re-importing the... Trying to re-import the key. The function call through an error. Let's see what it does. Huh. Okay. This is gonna be really hilarious if I told it like it broke. It's like, oh yeah, I did it wrong. Okay, new tab. Create some scope. Fingers crossed, people. Crap. Oh, that's dumb. Progress, though. Importing keys. Private key string is not defined. Well, where is that being used? Private key string. Where is that being used? Private key string. I seriously don't see where it's being used. Private key string. I can't control F in here. It's very, very frustrating. I just have to look for it. Private key string. Okay, here we go. And that should be... I have an idea. Just ask ChatGPT to fix it again. When I run this, run that code, I get the error is not defined. Again, like these are things I can figure out myself. It's just usually faster to have the robot do it. And I don't want to spend any more time on this again than I have to. I appreciate your patience. That's great. It's a very nice robot, you know? This is a weird way to interact with a computer, I'll tell you. God, why doesn't there are some weird things about this console UI in Firefox. It's mostly pretty good, but it's a little fiddly. It worked. I coaxed ChatGPT into doing the thing that I want. It's painful. Is this what software engineering has become? I mean, again, this is still faster and easier than trying to figure this crap out on my own. This will take forever. Let's actually see what it's doing. Let's review this together. Okay. So we're generating a key. Oh, we have a key pair. Convert the public key to a string. Okay, this is... I'm going to do this one more time. Could you rewrite that? Could you please rewrite that to use async await? It's just easier. Again, I can do it myself, but I'd rather have the computer do it. That's what computers are for. For me to be lazy. I'm a lazy man. Very lazy. I'm very lazy. And I want things to work quickly. I don't want to be waiting on my slower brain to do this stuff when I can just have the computer figure it out for me. Then I can build stuff that much more quickly. Okay, much better. Much easier to read. Now let's review it. Okay, so we kick it off down here. That's good. Some helper functions. That's good. Generate and import keys. Okay. Create a key pair. Ba-boom. Convert public key to string. Okay. Public key buffer. Public key string. Yep. Oh, my cat's yelling at me now. Private key buffer, private key string. That all looks good. Imported public key. Await crypto, subtle imported key. Okay? Imported public key. And that, good? Oh wow. It just did that. That's cool. That's very cool. Okay, this is exactly what... Oh, my cat's coming in. Hi, Linus. Okay. I'm about tapped out. But what I am going to do is put this on the GitHubs so that I can get to it later. Oops. Gonna get rid of this. Format it. This will be the next thing that I work on when I have fresher eyes, because I'm kind of getting tired here, and I don't. Looking at all this like crypto stuff is mind bending. Okay, that's good. Okay, so what did I call this thing? JS public private key creation and export and re-import. What a file name. Generator with ChatGPT. Or some call it ChatGibbity. Gotta share this. Where's the thing for that? Nope. I want to. Where can I? Oh, there it is. Okay. Copy the link. Good. Thanks, ChatGibbity. Cool. And just a sanity check. New tab, I run it. And it works. Beautiful. Let me share this gist with you all. Oh, that should be public. Why is this? I don't think it's public. It is a secret. I want to make it public. Make public. Okay. Very good. Pop this in the chat. If I can actually, I can't. It won't let me do it. I literally. I want to add it to the chat, but it won't let me do it. Here, I'll show you what I mean. Oh, there it goes. Weird. It didn't go a second ago. So OBS's view of the chat doesn't work very well. Also, hello. Thank you all for watching. Let's tie this up into a nice little bow. Kind of wrap up for the day because my brain is fried. Remove this guard. Okay, there's nothing meaningful to really. I'll come back to this later. This is fine. Gonna stash it for now, but so I have that for later. I'm going to push this up. Make sure it's all on GitHub. It is. Cool. I think that is enough damage for one day. So, can I just, hang on a second, I can't make myself large, cool. Well, anyways, yeah, thank you for joining me on my long journey into the abyss of decentralized peer verification. We're not there yet, but we made some good progress. I got into a fight with a robot. That's always cool. Yeah, we'll get this thing done eventually. I will stream what of it I can, but until then, my cat wants to say hi. Hi, Linus. Oh, hang on. Special guest appearance. Come on. Come on. You can do it. What are these sounds? Come on. I'll just help you. Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy. Ah! Ah! Ow! Ow, it hurts! Okay. Well, that... Say hi. Well, you're just getting butt. That's my cat's butt. His name is Linus. The cat attached to that butt. Anyways, thank you for joining. Have a great day. And I hope that you can join again in the future. Until then, au revoir.